Fulfilling the call of God in your life does not guarantee you standing before kings and queens. Fulfilling the call of God in your life does not guarantee you a blissful life. There is one thing to know your calling, and there is another thing to fulfill your calling and to stand fulfilling it till the end. Many people have this mindset of answering the call of God in your life will pave way for you to enjoy life and have all that you ever desired. But it is not true. It is not true. To fulfill the call of God in your life is like you signing a contract to say, I'm ready to face anything that comes my way. I'm ready to bear all that it will take for me to fulfill this purpose. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to lose anything. See what happened in Matthew chapter 16. I'll read from verse 21. It says, From that time forth began Jesus to show unto his disciples how that he must go unto Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised again the third day. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savourest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men. Then said Jesus unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. You see, Peter was used as a vessel to discourage Jesus from fulfilling his purpose. But Jesus, being that he knew what he was called to do, he was not ready to enjoy the pleasures of this life and separate himself from suffering than to fulfill the purpose. No, he wasn't. But many of us today, we are like Peter in the lives of people who have chosen to fulfill their purpose. Or we may not be like Peter, or we are just in the position of Christ where somebody is there trying to discourage us out of the things that God has called us to do. If we're not careful, we will not act like Jesus, who knew what he was sent to do and held on to it to the end. If we give ourselves to the things that we see, the things that we hear, the things that are happening around us, we will not be able to fulfill purpose. No, we will not be able. Many of us, because of the things that we suffer, we have replaced our calling with the things that we want in this world. And yet we think we are still in the service of God. We're still doing the service of God. We're still in line with what God has called us to do. It is a choice you have to make. Many things are going to happen to you in fulfilling purpose. You're going to suffer a lot. Christ never promised us that things will be so blissful or rosy or beautiful just because you have answered to my call. No. Answering to the call of God is like agreeing to suffer here on earth. No, it is not going to be sweet. It is not going to be beautiful. It is going to be hard work. It is going to be sacrifice. It is going to be selflessness. Have you denied yourself of the things that you feel like you need or you want or you desire or you want to be? But because of the purpose of God in your life, have you denied yourself of those things? Or you rather want to fulfill those things and keep the purpose of God aside? Jesus is saying, anyone that will follow me should deny himself and come with me. But many of us have not denied ourselves yet. That is why you see we are able to leave our calling just to satisfy our desires, to meet our desires. These days, people can no longer bear suffering. They can no longer bear suffering. When things begin to go the other way, they will rather want to put their calling aside to see to it that they are not in this suffering circle. Many of us, it's because of what people are going to say. Or let people know, say that, look at me. What have I been able to achieve in life? or you begin to compare yourself with people, especially with your mates. You feel like, oh, look at them. We went to school together. We graduated together. Look at them. They're all doing well. They're married with children. They have good jobs. They have mansions. They have cars. And here I am just doing the work of God, and God is not even doing anything to bless me, nothing to show forth. I can't even stand by my mates and then begin to raise shoulders with them. Because you don't know that you are different. You don't know that you have chosen to answer the call of God upon your life. Let's go to John chapter 12. Jesus also made it clear there. John chapter 12. John chapter 12, I read from verse 25. He said, "He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto eternal life. If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor." He said, if any man serve me, let him follow me. In other words, let him be like me. I denied myself of the things of this world. Even the world was ready to make me a king. Yes, the world was ready to make Jesus their king, but he refused. But unlike many of us today, if we were to be in that position, we will twist it around and said, it is all working together for my goal. It is God that has made it to be like this. No. Let me tell you something. I have had so many opportunities to do my desire, please myself. I have desires. I have had so many opportunities, and people who know me will say, or rather will be saying, perhaps even in my absence, be saying, oh, this woman has so many opportunities to leave this country, live a better life, and earn herself some good money. But I don't know why she chose to be here. Some people will feel like I'm here because of my husband, or because I don't know what other reasons they may have. But I'm only answering to the call of God upon my life. And no one, no situation, no condition can bring me out of it. I am ready to suffer till the day I die to fulfill the purpose of God. Someone else may see it as suffering, but I don't see it as suffering. I see it as getting hold or laying hold of eternal life. I see it as living a meaningful life. What will I gain if I make myself so comfortable, living a comfortable life, having all that I desire, and yet I'm out of the purpose of God for me? I'd rather be in the purpose of God for me, suffering in it, than have all that I desire in this world and I'm out of God's purpose for me. Because it is in fulfilling that purpose I have peace, I have joy, I have satisfaction. I feel like I have a meaning to life. I'm here to encourage you today. Perhaps there are so many voices going on in your head, from family members, from friends, from strangers, even mocking at you and saying to you that, why do you choose to put yourself in this suffering when you have privileges to want to live a better life? Voices like that will come to you, but don't be discouraged. The things of this world are going to pass away. It is better to answer to the call of God, pleasing your master, than pleasing yourself by having the things of this world. Don't be discouraged. I don't know who is talking to you. Perhaps it's your wife, perhaps it's your husband, trying to talk you out of the purpose of God in your life. But don't give in to it. Don't give in to it. Deny yourself. Deny yourself of all the pleasures. Deny yourself of all that will hinder you from fulfilling God's purpose. If it will take you to suffer just to fulfill purpose, my brother, my sister, the grace of God is sufficient unto you.